in the actual packet as well. Okay, here we go. Sporah Show. Sporah Show. The Sporah Show.
Yvette, tell me, my dear, what do we have here in the kitchen today?
Oh, well, thank you very much, Sporah. Well, mussels are made as much in the kitchen as they are in the gym.
It's always about mussels here.
Well, to be quite honest, people need muscle. Muscle burns fat, so we want to work smarter, not harder. Okay?
Love that.
There we go. So it's not just about exercising in the gym, it's also about eating a healthy nutritional diet, which consists of carbohydrates, which is pasta, rice, couscous, sweet potatoes. Protein as well, which is lean cuts of meat of turkey, chicken, beef, steak, also healthy, what to say, fruits and vegetables. That's another group. Fruits and vegetables. You also have dairy products, milk, okay, cheese, yogurts, and also at the very end we have sugars and fats. So today we're here to show you and the viewers how they can implement delicious foods so they don't feel like they're missing out. That's when really diets go out of the window, when it's either all or nothing. It's either at one end of the spectrum or the other. And we don't want to do that. And a lot of people think that, you know, healthy eating is in moderation, but we really need to implement some foods, more of some food groups than others.
So briefly, maybe you can tell us about this is what and what is all
Absolutely,
about this?
absolutely. Well, it comes in 4 kits to suit different lifestyles at the end of the day. The best kit is the transformational kit, which we have here. It comes with 2 shake mixes here, which is great. It consists of protein, low carbohydrates, low fat and low sugar also, and very low in sodium, which most products are very high in sodium, which technically is salt. Okay. Also, you have these neuro energy drinks, which are very good, very tasty. They're similar to Red Bull. So they're similar to Red Bull, but without the caffeine content and the sodium content also. Okay. The Visalis Omega Vitals. These are great omega-3. So you would normally get healthy fats from fish, from fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, tuna, and really, really great. So it supplies you with your omega-3s that you need, which are good fats that you get from seeds, nuts, avocados, flaxseed oil, etc., etc. Wow. Perfect. Remember, it's not just about what you eat though, Sporah, it's the portion sizes as well. So when you're sitting there with a big plate of jollof rice, right? It's a case of, wow, that's a lot of carbohydrates, and that's far more than that human body actually needs.
Okay, so I'm here in the studio with the one and only Yvette. Yvette, welcome to the show once again.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you here.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So Yvette, tell us, why did you make fitness part of your daily life?
Well, I come from a dynasty of fitness professionals, so my family have always been very much into sport anyway. So it's become very much a lifestyle for me. However, back in the day, I wasn't as muscular as I am now. But I always used to run. I was always very athletic at school, and after school I was part of an athletic club as well. So I've always enjoyed exercise. But just fast forwarding from that, when I had my son in my 20s, he was diagnosed shortly after birth with a number of complex special needs. He has autism, and he has a global developmental delay. So unfortunately he wasn't meeting his milestones. So we always look forward to our child crawling and then walking and talking at a certain age if you follow the book. But unfortunately for myself that wasn't happening, or for my son that wasn't happening. And so he was diagnosed with special needs, and that was really like my world came crashing down. I guess when you're expecting a child, you envisage how it's going to be once your child is born. Maybe going off to school, you know, doing certain things, maybe playing football, a ballerina, whatever it is. But my child wasn't going to be meeting his milestones in the way that I had thought he was going to be. And so that was a real learning curve for me. There are no courses for parenting. You're just thrown into it, and you get on with it, and you do the best that you can do. And so being a carer for somebody with a disability was a real learning curve for me. And it wasn't just for somebody, being a carer for just somebody else. It was actually for my son, for my child, for my only child. And so I found that very difficult to deal with. I was very depressed indeed. Didn't really know a lot about people with disabilities, especially the ones that my son had. And so I suffered with a lot of negative emotions, just trying to come to terms with what was going on and deal with my new life, or our new life, so to speak. So there were a lot of challenges that I had to deal with in terms of schooling, getting him into the right school, for people to really understand what his complex needs were, for me to understand what his complex needs were as well, and to really understand and get my head around why this had happened to me. So there was a lot of self-pity going on here. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I was a good person. Why have I got a child with a disability? And it was just something that I just found very, very difficult to deal with. And so I had to have an outlet in terms of releasing the negative energy within me. And so I could have turned to drink, I could have become an alcoholic, I could have turned to drugs, I could have turned to food, as so many people do, and just really drown my sorrows in eating and eating and getting bigger and bigger. But I chose to exercise and release those toxins within in that way. And so whilst that was purposeful, it really was medicinal for me in terms of not having to take drugs to enable me to feel better about the situation. So going to the gym enabled me to feel better about myself. Still was very depressed, still used to have a baseball cap on, and the tears used to still roll down my cheeks as I used to push weights, but I found that embarking on a weight training regime helped me to release whatever it was that I was feeling inside about what had happened. And quite often, I didn't even know myself what I was feeling. It's very difficult to even sum up the amount of negative emotions that I had, of anger, of bitterness maybe, some jealousy as well, when I would see other children doing what I wanted my son to do and he couldn't do that. Yeah, it's an emotion that God gives us, and so we feel it, but it's up to us to keep those emotions in check. And so pushing weights in the gym allowed me to do that. And so as my heart was healing on the inside, my body was transforming on the outside without me even realising it. But as it started to transform, I actually liked it. I liked what muscle portrayed. It made me feel stronger, both mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually as well. So that's what it did for me. And then, you know, when people see you, they immediately conjure up an impression of you when you have muscle. Oh my goodness, to build muscle takes dedication, determination, discipline, drive, diligence, decisiveness. You have to decide to get up, to go to the gym and be purposeful in that gym. So it speaks volumes about a person, and I like what it says about me.
How long did it take you to be that Yvette? Because I'm loving it, especially this side, and I'm sure a lot of women will be like, I would love to have Yvette's stomach.
Well, the thing is, I guess for me, I've been training myself decisively over 10 years. No, nearly 15 years.
So it would take me 10 years to have that look?
No, it wouldn't take you 10 years. So I've had this look for many, many years. So, no, not at all. But in terms of pushing weight, seriously, I remember, as I said before, I've always been in the gym. I've always trained, but not as decisively as I decided to when I found out my son had special needs. So for me, I used to do a lot of cardio, which is running on the treadmill, lots of aerobics, lots of spinning classes, lots of swimming, and I decided to combine that with pushing weights in the gym. Okay.
And exercising must go to the gym or something?
No. Exercising must be fun. You choose the exercise that you want to do. So if you enjoy running on the road, then run on the road.
It's fun, because when I went to the gym, I really enjoyed it, Yvette. It was really fun. Should we have a look at it and then come
definitely.
back?
Let's do so.
Okay, let's show our viewers. It was really fun. I loved it. Have a look and we'll be right back.